Welcome in, good people. Welcome in, welcome in. We'll try to make a high intensity, productive night if we can. The goal is high intensity, productive night tonight, good people. See if I can't get everybody in bed at a reasonable time. Ah, feeling good, feeling good, feeling good. Let me catch up early real quick. Just let it at the airport back from Tampa. That's a good vibe. What it do? Say, Muggy, what's going on, Moms Kelly? Monday Midnight Family. I was thinking Monday Night Football. Shit. Oh, Stu sounded a little shut. Ooh. Ooh, media's getting a little bold. Master Yoda, what's good? Sean, what's good? Peter's in the house. Early bird special. Sorry, I'm just trying to clean it up a little bit, get started a little bit. The beats make want to write something. Me too. Me too. I can't even lie. Good evening, Lauren. What are you doing? Lauren, I was gonna start a little early for you. You snooze, you lose, baby.
You snooze, you lose, baby. You snooze, you lose, baby.
Mm, mm, mm-hmm, mm. Card soccer, give us an update. Oh man, what is Blake and Baker out here doing? Is Blake and Baker out here catching bodies too? Hold on. What was that came across my screen? I need to go back and take a little peek at that. Let me see. What was that? Let me see what was going on here. Let me see what was going on with Blake and Baker. Let me see. Let me read that up close. Um, Loserville is a bottom feeder from Grover Sales the third. Mark Blakenbaker, Grover Sales the third. Huh? Let me see that up close. Does that say? Does that say? Is that Grover Sales police record? October 13th, 2021. Grover Sales the third impersonating a peace officer felony. Whoa! 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 Mark, are you out here getting knee deep in some beef? Oh, goodness gracious. Cars win 3-0. Hold on. Mm, I don't even remember. Impersonating a police officer is out here trolling. 6-1 as a university for fall sports. That's a good start. um, oh, for real? So he's a real dude. Uh, listen. Listen. That's going all around. I don't know though. I see Eric Crawford getting a little bolder. Tyler Green getting a little bolder. I see a couple people getting a little bolder. Hey, look, I know the traditionals ain't taking on no challenges though. Uh-huh. Hold on. I don't know, but look, it's some pressure. It's starting to be some pressure on people that's trying to look the other way too much, especially in our world, in our media world. If you got more to say about T. Will than you do about Stoops and Kentucky football, You got more to say about Kenny Payne than you do? Like I said, that means you only do turmoil and scandal when it's convenient for you. That means that's the only time you do it, out of convenience. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hold on, y'all. So, shit, Tim. Queen Lady Lachelle, what's going on? Tim got fired. Well, I don't guess he got fired. I guess he just got let go because they were downsizing the Courier Journal. Okay. Mm. Oh yeah. The ACC BYU thing. Uh, yep. What's good? What's good, Mr. Finch? What you into? Mm, mm. Was that you tweeting about? Glad you ain't got no girl problems earlier. mm. Um. So where y'all want to? Ooh, hold on. You know what? Let's just get straight into the. Let's just get straight into this world. Okay. This is where we'll start. Since Jocelyn made sure I got that. I wanted a longer version of that. But let's go to that. Share screen. Hold on. Boom. Let me see. Since Blake and Baker's on one tonight, we'll start with Blake. Stoops. I expect a few of them to have multiple games of suspensions. Question: can you tell us which players are suspended? Stoops said, I didn't say suspended, you did. And they are unavailable to play. Whoa! Whoa!
Well, and I have to be very conscientious of that. I expect a few of them to have multiple game suspensions, but I don't know. I really, I'll address it next week. I expect maybe
multiple games.
One of them to be back next week. But we'll see how that goes.
Which players are suspended and which ones aren't on there with us?
I didn't say suspended. You did. They're unavailable to play. Well, and I have to be very conscientious of that.
What?
I expect a few of them to have multiple game suspensions, but I don't know. I really, I'll address it next week.
You know we can hear you.
I expect maybe one of them to be back next week. But we'll see how that goes.
Suspension.
Which players are
Well, that's
suspended and which ones
nervous.
aren't on there with us?
I didn't say suspended. You did. They're unavailable to play. Well, and I have to be very conscientious.
Hold on, let me get to the comments a little bit in this one. Stoops won't be at UK next season. He said, yeah, I remember grinding my feet in Eddie's couch. I didn't never do things just to do it. Yeah, I remember grinding my feet in Eddie's couch because you could buy another one. Boy. Thank you for clarifying. Boy, I swear to God, y'all get to let them play. Oh, sorry about that, Jocelyn. Y'all get to play by different rules, don't you? Yeah, listen. I listen. I done been in some tough situations where I had to think on my feet, and my man's off balance right now. I know, As a male, I know what off balance
and I
looks
have to
like.
be very conscious. And I have to be very conscientious of that. I expect a few of them to have multiple game suspensions, but I don't know. I really, I'll address it next week. I expect maybe one of them to be back next week, but we'll see how that goes.
Can you clarify which players are suspended and which ones aren't on there?
I didn't say suspended. You did. They're unavailable to play.
Did. Listen, y'all. Listen to me. Do you know how much trouble Kentucky has gotten into over the last, let's say, 15 months? Do you realize how much trouble they've gotten into in 15 months? How many incidents their football team has got into? Now, I want you to take that number and think about all the suspensions that you've gotten. Maybe one. Now, when you say multiple players, multiple games, do you know how bad you have to have fucked up to be getting multiple players with multiple game suspensions? Out of all the trouble they've been getting into with no suspensions, do you know what kind of violations they have had to do to get multiple game suspensions, or him to expect multiple game suspensions? And you get to do all that behind closed doors, and there's not media pounding down the walls to demand answers on this? Not suspended, unavailable, and y'all let him get away with that? If that ain't institutional control, listen, if somebody made me a list from the time the coach got the platinum DUI, if somebody would give me a list of that, I'd make a damn video. I'd make a video. I'd make it probably tomorrow. Listen, I don't have the time to list them. If I had a list and an article for each one of them, I would do a video. And if somebody has a list already made, you email it to me at Made for the Ville, just so I can see it written out, documented, and decide if I want to do a video on it. Made for the Ville. MADEFORTHEVILLE. Do you know how what you have had to do to get a suspension or multiple game suspension after all the stuff? My man had to write a book report, y'all, for allegedly brandishing a gun in a fraternity house. Women in here screaming and shit, people getting smacked around, people yelling, lights getting cut off, running up, trying to lock people out of people, forcible entry in in frat houses. A book report was the punishment. What the hell would you have to do? What the hell? I mean, we watching DUIs, leaving the scene of the crime, skipping court days, get moved around, no police report. Do you know what you would have to do to get a multiple game suspension? Use your imagination on what you would have to do to get a multiple game suspension after we saw everybody get away with what they've done.
Touching you, what good man, sweet Caroline. Fuck you, Kate. I've never seen so good. So good.
what you would have to do? Danny C in the building, Louisville, Lamont, Michael Singleton. What's up, good people? Matt, Lauren. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. No, I don't think so. Stoops is stooping. Oh, that was some good stutter work, wasn't it? That's what I'm saying. It has to be major sanctions. I mean, major NCAA violations to get suspended multiple games. That's what it has to be. Man, I'm telling you, Blank had the best. Hold on, y'all. I think I got a video. I think I have a video from back in the beginning when it first started. If y'all give me 1 second, we'll just do a quick revisit of this one. Okay. Okay, hold on. Blank. Hold on. Export. Hold on, because I want to remind everybody of this. I want to remind everybody. I'm bringing up an older video. Just like I said, y'all know the stuff that's just been happening in the last, in this summer or this, this recent area. But I'll take a second to do a quick reminder. This might inspire me. Maybe this might inspire somebody else to do a little more digging, or don't be worried. Don't be too scared to show up at the press conference, or don't be like, somebody else who's scared, who'd rather talk about Kenny Payne and NIL. Like, that's such a, if somebody says, I got a bunch of NIL, but I don't want to lead with NIL, is that really more controversial than what's going on in Kentucky right now? Is that more of a topic than what's going on in Kentucky right now? I don't think so. I do not think so at all. Y'all, I want y'all to wait. Let me get my headphones really quick. Sorry about this, y'all. I just want to revisit this for my own good right now. I want y'all to hear it again too. I don't even remember. I'm gonna have to go back and find the date on this thing. Today, when we do this segment, it's gonna have a bit of a different feel to it. But but when we do this segment, this is a little recap. I encourage people to get out their notepads, or their legal pads, I should say. Just to take notes. And Kentucky
football.
I mean, who knows? Who knows, Steve? But
fair enough.
I'll tell you what. We'll just kind of sit back for a couple seconds, and everybody enjoys this segment. So fire away.
Did you sleep Friday, or did you just tweet all through the night? Did you
all Friday? No.
Yeah, it seemed like you went to bed tweeting, woke up tweeting.
Well, I couldn't
tweeted in your
sleep.
sleep.
I had all these hiccups. And people are like, you really need to look into this. You really need to look. And I'm like, there's nothing there at all. And then finally, I get this fraternity that reaches out to me. And it's like wanting to chat and like, what do we do? Nobody will talk to us. Like, we got in trouble for throwing a party. We got beat up. Guy put a gun in one of my brother's face. What do we do? And I'm like, well, you go do this, this, and this. And then I've seen it two separate people, at least that
according to them.
At least that,
Right.
according to them, that Eric Crawford has talked to at WDRB.
Right.
You know, so you've got two different people. Do you have 4 or 5 people that saw the gun? The thing to know is that there were 3 incidents here. Okay, like there was the first incident when they were asked to leave and they put up a fight about it. There was a second incident the day of the night that the really bad incident, and the second incident's the one that you have on video, and I've sent it to you. But the thing is,
But I can't really tell much. I mean, it's
Right.
It doesn't. It's
and it's important to note that that's not the fraternity that got beat up later on that night. That was a misidentified fraternity. Like that was not the fraternity. It was the second fraternity that's involved that got beat up in that video. So the Kentucky football players who did that, okay, they thought that they were going after the dudes that they got later. But they so you got 2 fraternities involved. Everybody's got focused on one fraternity. There's 2 of them. You got lots of people who have bruises, and there's females with bruises around their necks. You've seen some of those photos, and it's like, okay, well, how much more evidence do you need? Want to do? And then I would say
Music okay? 2 left.
arrest, 8 charges brought now in 4 months.
why are there no? I mean, that question is fair. Why were there no assault charges? If this is just burglary,
Great question.
That I think there's a lot of questions for the Lexington police.
There
Larger
are
than
players,
4
so
months.
you know, in discussing this with the fraternity, there's a player that was not charged. I was surprised by
Okay.
because they allege that he actually inflicted some of the most significant damage to one of the attendees of the party. And I don't know if that means that the investigation is ongoing, if more charges will be brought later, or if they can't actually place this particular player there. And one of the reasons why this is at the student conduct review hearing, the attorney that was representing Vito Tisdale had information on this individual and said this football player was actually in quarantine at the time, and it was impossible that he would ever break quarantine and go beat the hell out of this kid. Okay. And so they're like, nah, that was 100% him. And then so there's this conflict about the information. I'll play ball. I'll at least hear, because I have been wondering about, people have been asking me to investigate Vito Tisdale, and I don't do investigations. Can you find out what happened? Sure. So this is the first crack, and I'm like, all right, let's see what's going on here. I talk to them, and the first thing that I can tell is that they're scared, very scared. Like they don't feel like they've been supported. They've gotten in trouble and they've been assaulted. And then one of the things that happened after the student conduct review hearing is that the football players, allegedly from the fraternity, would show up around their house. Girlfriends coming in, and then the girlfriends would come into the house and be like, "They're out there." Is Kentucky football really going to go 8-0 against prosecutors this summer?
And it's been nothing but incident after incident after incident since then. No conversation, institutional control, no conversation, rogue program. There's been no suspensions. There's been people even missing practice. And no questions asked. Or barely. Like I said, if somebody even tries to ask a question, I want to give them an award just for attempting to ask a question. Stoops, C-Rod is out from Miami, Ohio, Youngstown State, Northern Illinois, and Vandy. That's what I'm saying. Listen, but here's the thing. If you get to stagger all your suspensions, are they suspensions? Are they really suspensions? If you just get to stagger it out and get to let's just see what we need. I'm not willing to lose no games over this stuff. I'm not willing to, look, now all of a sudden everybody's moral high ground. See, that's another thing that pisses me off too. You want Kenny Payne to pimp out the Louisville program, because let's just call it what it is. I couldn't say it on the radio, but you want Kenny Payne to prostitute out his program. Any player, hey, lead with how much you need. I'll pay you for it. I'll pay you for your services. How much you want, how much you need. I'll pay you. Main people. have been running a morality play. Well, Rick cheated, so he got to go. Well, Tom was mean, so he got to go. Everybody at Louisville got to go for some reason of being mean. You will look the other way for the entire Bob Stoops or Mark Stoops everything. You will literally have this going on at the University of Kentucky right now, and you'd rather find a creative way to go at Kenny Payne over him saying, I think this program is more than NIL money. I don't want to reduce this program to NIL money. I think we have more to offer. I think the value of this program is more than NIL. Anybody who would sit around and try to make a take or a narrative that you want to criticize Kenny Payne because he's not win at all costs. You know what that means? That means you're listen, when they say you're the little brother, you're the Kentucky fan. You're the closet Kentucky fan that loves Cal and calls Cal the god of recruit. You want to be that. You want to just prostitute out your program. You've made it clear. Critical of Kenny Payne explaining to you, I'm not discussing NIL, but telling you I got plenty of it. Do y'all follow Brandon Huntley Hatfield? Do y'all see how many deals he has already? As soon as NIL started hitting, did y'all see how quick Sydney was getting NIL deals so quick that it was scaring me that it was going to take his edge away? Kenny Payne brought in the son of Rock Nation Sports Management on out. Yes, asshole. We have plenty of NIL. I want you to think big picture, young man. My reputation, my daily work precedes me. I'm not one of these punks that just want to sit around and go to Nike and say, buy me this and buy me that and buy me that. No. I want a dominant program with some culture to it. I can scour the internet and see who's who and what's what. Just by the way you attack Kenny Payne and the way he refuses to prostitute out his first basketball team for NIL money and your criticism of that. Are you joking? Here we are, football game weekend, y'all. I'm getting irritated. I'm sorry, y'all. We're just supposed to be doing a quick. Yeah, I can't believe it. I can't believe the things that people want to try to make an interesting talking point. I cannot believe how much turmoil is going on. Do y'all realize? Do y'all know what the I'll say allegedly, but everybody knows it. But let me just say allegedly, because I don't want to get sued either. And I don't, because that's what they'll do. When you start speaking too much truth, they'll try to word twist and stick you in some kind of group and word twist. And you said suspension. I said unavailable. Yeah, I'm not playing the game. Y'all do realize allegedly, multiple players on the football team and basketball team and maybe other teams have a job working at the hospital, supposedly providing transportation for people who need transportation to and from the hospital. They were submitting invoices that weren't real. Again, do you realize how salacious that is? If I go get one old lady and I put one old lady's picture, seasoned lady. If I get one seasoned lady and put her picture on my article and one big strappy football player with a big smile laughing on his face and the sad seasoned lady who was waiting for her ride to the hospital, and I put these pictures side by side and it said UK athletes leaving hospital visitors stranded. Boom. That article, even if you put question mark behind it, which is the version of saying allegedly, if you put a question mark behind it, put that picture on there, the Courier Journal makes $100,000 that day because everybody reads it. Then you know what happens next? It gets picked up by Yahoo Sports. Then people can't hide from it anymore. Damn. Y'all see what they doing at UK? That's why they done won some games. Oh, damn. That's why they on the come up. Hey, man, did y'all see what they doing at UK? Man, they hired a bunch of football players, giving them hospital jobs. They ain't even going to pick up the old ladies. That's how that spins out of control. That's the difference between 5-6 years of Rick Pitino paying for, whatever. That's the difference. That's the difference. That article that you want clicks or are afraid to have clicks is the difference between 5-6 years of people ridiculing your program. That article right there on, I don't care if it's Wave, WHAS, Courier Journal. I'm not discriminating. Anybody puts that story up and writes it out, puts question mark, allegedly, is going to go viral in the sports world. That is as salacious of a story as you can get. And then when I read this story, and then I start looking at the listing, and then I see 40, 50 miles over the speed limit, open container DUI, a domestic assault, alcohol fleeing the scene crime, three incident fraternity house bullying on campus. Fraternity kids get suspended from campus. What? Could you imagine anybody at any part of the country reading that? Could you imagine that? But here's the thing. You wouldn't be lying. It'll be good news reporting. It'll be considered good news reporting. Or am I tripping? And again, the reason I know it, not because I'm just so, I don't have a taste for Kentucky blood or anything like that. I lived it. I lived through sensationalism. I lived through it. I lived through them turning 6'9" Montrezl Harrell into just some innocent little boy that was pressure. I watched it. I watched narratives. You doing that hospital gig, even in the age of NIL. So that means you really don't care. You're doing that. Y'all continue to do that hospital scheme. And then imagine if I played Stoops complaining about them falling behind in NIL. And then I showed this hospital report. So it's like, oh, y'all ain't gonna give us NIL. So I'm gonna have these kids just signing fraudulent work hours at the hospital to get paid. Well, I'm gonna find a way to get them paid. Y'all can do the NIL, or I can do it this way. I know what media looks like when they got a story. And I know how many people listen. I don't blame 93.9 the cat. But all these fake ass neutrals, you're not being neutral. You're not being neutral at all. You know it, I know it, and everybody damn sure in the Midnight family know it. And just so y'all know, the midnight show ends sometimes, y'all. Midnight show ends. It'll be a couple hundred views. You'd be surprised at how many views are by the end of the next day. So the Midnight family is much larger than y'all think. The Midnight crew is much larger than you think. I do understand there's people that are part of the Midnight family, but they can't stay up at night. So I get that. Right. Negative recruiting indicates KP is already. Listen, no. And to these haters, negative recruiting means like Kenny Payne is the reason. Now Kenny Payne said his feelings are hurt because of where the negative recruiting is coming from. That's it. It hurts my feelings. How many times have y'all like I got some problems right now. Some people pretending to be my friend, secretly whispering negative stuff behind my back. Like I got to deal with that, but it hurts my feelings. It hurts my feelings because I'm like, you don't have to do that. You smile in my face and then you whisper something like that, and people don't realize too. Other people can't wait to come tell me that my friends are whispering behind my back because they feel bad at that point, or they like to cause division. So I got to deal with that. And it hurts my feelings when I find out my friends that I trust whisper something like that. Of course, Kenny Payne is like, oh, so that's what we're doing? We're on a level recruiting playing field. Is that what we're doing now? Of course, Kenny Payne's like, damn, I got some relationships that changed because I done took a head coaching job. I have relationships that have changed because I took a head coaching job. Now, I was fine on everywhere as an assistant. But now I'm a head coach at Louisville. Now, all of a sudden, y'all, you stabbing me in the back now? I'm sure his feelings are hurt. I might need it. Yeah, I can't listen. I've never heard a story of somebody being so straight up. You think Kenny Payne don't want to win? You think he don't want all the best players? I never, ever seen a story in my life that was so legit, especially by a fan base who claims moral high ground in every situation when it comes to the University of Louisville. Speeding tickets are turmoil. Speeding tickets from Shea Bohannon are a scandal at Louisville, are a moral dilemma at Louisville. You literally had a man say, I have the resources I need, but I want to check the character and the intentions of everybody who's going to wear Louisville across their chest. And I cannot believe when I look at social media, when I listen to other people talk about Kenny Payne and his comments about looking a young man straight into the face and saying, if I have 3 guys that are like you and can play, I'll play all 3. That answers your questions about positions. That answers your questions about the recruiting trail demeanor. That answers your question about NIL, everything. And instead of saying, hey, this man who's been successful everywhere he's been is all of a sudden a fucking whatever you want to call him now. Whatever narrative you want to drive home. Any rational human being with eyeballs can see there's a very hypocritical logic in the way you're talking about Kenny Payne, the way you're covering Kenny Payne versus the way you're covering Mark Stoops and the Kentucky football program versus the way you've been covering turmoil. Listen, unlimited history to where you cover. And again, we won't even do extreme stuff. We'll do fights and traffic tickets. I know what it looks like. I know how you cover Louisville. I know what it looks like when you cover a Louisville fraternity issue. Football players versus fraternities. I've seen it before. I know what media silence looks like. But you know what? You know what media silence looks like? Tom is a bully because he wants to control the narrative. Kentucky boys, y'all just hating. That's just people whining and complaining and hating. That's just Louisville fans just mad because Louisville fans rely on the media to do this same job. Louisville fan relies on the neutral media to do your job, to ask the questions about Kentucky, to write the stories about Kentucky the same way. They feel at least they deserve that. Shouldn't take me pointing it out. And I only mind pointing it out. Because I know I'm gonna have to do something else someday. Right. Nobody wrote a book. That's what I'm saying. Beaver, that's what I'm saying. Nobody could wrap their brain around $1,200. Can y'all imagine how stupid it was to say nobody had $1,200 that had to come from Rick? Y'all imagine how, I don't want to say stupid. I knew exactly what was going on. It's been going on since the beginning of time. But I don't blame anybody for anybody who read local media and got their information from the news. I could see how you could think there was some big elaborate prostitution ring. I could see that. And it doesn't matter how much I can tell you. No, that's not what it is. It's a lazy dude that got to entertain some recruits. And he's like, hey, girl, bring some girls. Here's some money for some Hennessy and some weed. And she wanted to be Superhead. That's it. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that or not. Pardon me. If I'm not, y'all know who she. That's a person. That's it. But I don't blame y'all, for everything you read, everything you see on the paper, and constantly getting scandal pounded into your head with the traffic ticket, with a false accusation of this, with like I said, our soccer players got kicked off the team for violating COVID protocol. That was a scandal. That was another Louisville scandal. We find out 1 year later, Kentucky didn't even have protocols. You don't think that's a good story? If you really wanted to break news and make stories, you don't think that's a story? That guy that Louisville kicked off scored the winning goal against Louisville in soccer. The year later, you don't think that's a story? Lax protocols versus Louisville. You don't think y'all read that? Could have been a current. That's what I'm saying. And hey, Joseph, these are provable things. These are provable things. Right now, they're getting to. Oh, there's a quote, y'all. You know what? I'm gonna find this quote and I'm gonna read it to y'all really quick. Because it crossed my timeline. I sent it to myself. Okay, hold on. You know what? I know where it is. I'll read this because I will admit, I'm like, I wish the media would do more, but when they do something, I want to give them credit. I want to give credit when they do something. Eric Crawford, August 29, 2022. UK says Rodriguez and others could miss multiple games, but needs to say more. I'll play it. By the way, information comes from WDRB.com.
Really looking forward to getting started here week one. It's been a long off season, as you know. We started this year just a few days early, and it's always a long camp. And
wait a minute. Sorry, I didn't know how long it was. I didn't know that was the full thing. I'll get straight to it. Mark Stoops made official what everyone has known for a while. University of Kentucky All-American running back Chris Rodriguez will miss Wildcats football season opener against Miami. Y'all been pushing for Kenny Payne to talk. This been going on. Y'all ain't been pushing for Stoops to talk. Their season's up right upon us. It's the first time they've been ranked since 1978 in the preseason. You don't think this is a story? Anyway, though Stoops declined to say that Rodriguez is suspended for a DUI offense in the offseason, but it's something else Stoops refused to discuss that figures to take center stage for Kentucky, even as it prepares for a highly anticipated season. With its first preseason national ranking since 1978, now, though the program will be dogged by questions over multiple players being declared unavailable, perhaps for multiple games. It's very, very generous of the wording. Let's see what else. Stoops revealed Monday that his regular game week news conference, but would not say what players would be out. Expect the length of their absences or the nature of the reasons for that absence. Isn't it nice when you don't have to say shit to anybody and everybody just goes back to their holes and shuts up? The coach thanked the media present for respecting the rights of the players involved. He did acknowledge that the status of the players was in the hands of the university administrators as well as the coaching staff. So that's it. It's not going above ground. It's not going to anybody else. I've been in tune to the situation for a while, Stoops said. I haven't been withholding. It's just things change, things evolve, things change. Information comes and goes. Exactly. I could stop it right there. Things change, information comes and goes. Information comes and goes. Information comes and goes. Information comes and goes. There's different layers to things. That means there's multiple different entities involved. I prefer not to dig any more into it. I'm not withholding anything. I've been pretty in tune with what I felt like things were going to happen. But I have bosses and they have bosses and so on. Is that all you got to say? What's the joke? Find you a girl like Kentucky administration. Find you a girl. Listen, if you Mark Stoops, find you a girl like Kentucky administration and Mitch Barhart. Because if she that loyal, you all good. Investigations are all well and good, but Kentucky in this case also needs to respect the rights of the public and the fans who support the program. Listen to that. Investigations are all well and good. Investigations are all well and good. Listen to that. Say that out loud. Investigations, they're all well and good, but we need to respect the public and the people who cheer for us. Investigations are all well and good. In this case, also needs to respect the rights of the public, and the fans who support the program. I could not have paid for this to be more transparent. It's hard to imagine another SEC program announcing multiple players being unavailable without even identifying the players involved. One miracle at a time. One miracle at a time, Marcus. Today, Eric Crawford is the saint of Monday media, even though it's not Monday anymore. He's the saint of Monday media with one line. With one line. Just so y'all know, that's where I'm reading at. He literally said, it's hard to imagine another SEC program announcing multiple players being unavailable without even identifying. You ain't allowed to do that from Las Vegas. Stoops said he might have more to say next week. But in the meantime, the school's decision not to list the players involved will cast doubt on anyone who misses this weekend's game. And nobody cares because you're a 20-point favorite. In the absence of hard information, rumors will start. The school certainly can respect the rights of the players and identify them without going into the detail. Now it appears to be an investigation of multiple football athletes. In the article. That's it. That's all you get. That's all you get. That's all you get. Conversation over. Conversation over. You know what? I made up enough fuss. Let's have a couple seconds of fun. John, you sit right there. You don't go anywhere. John, you don't move. Alicia, you don't move. Nobody move right now. Everybody hit the like button. If you're watching, let's have a couple seconds of fun. I got something to show y'all.
That's one. Ready, be ready. Next guy be ready. Next guy be ready. I got no shit to do. Next guy gotta be ready. Three. Next guy up. There you go, Bob. There you go, Bob. Four. I like this. Here you go, Mark. Right away. You got it. Just like that. Great play. Go. Mark, you win. It's tough, boy.
That is our 6'8" two guard. That's our 6'8" two guard. Just getting some work in. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's just a nice little guard session for y'all.
That's one. Ready, if you're ready, next guy be ready. Next guy gotta be ready. I got no sympathy. Next guy gotta be ready. 3, next guy up. Here you go, Bob. Here you go, Bob. Four. I like this. Here you go, Mark. Right away. You got it. Just like that. Great play. Go. Mark, you win.
It's tough, boy.
That's just a little light work. That's just a little light work. No, listen, that ain't no guards. There ain't no guards out there. I mean, come on, y'all. Tell me y'all didn't enjoy it. Tell me y'all didn't enjoy a little of that. Yeah, Devin's your 3-point sniper. He working them, y'all. Hersey is who he stripped. Kenny Payne just told y'all, if I got 3-6-9 people that can move, shoot, and pass, I'll play 3-6-9 dudes. You kidding me? You right about that. Hey, y'all, did y'all enjoy Eric Wood coming on the show today? Anybody, did y'all get a chance to listen to E. Wood? Come on. That is pretty funny. No sounds? Yeah. Good posture on everybody. Yeah, listen. That's 6'8" Kamari Lands. That's 6'3" L. Ellis. That's 6'5". Hold on. I gotta send y'all a little picture real quick. Hold on. Let me show y'all a little picture. Let me see where is that? Where is that picture at? There's that picture at. There it is. Boom. I really enjoyed E. Wood for coming on. You got a nice little format. Okay, hold on. Let me put this up real quick. And I'll get y'all out of here. Just a couple more seconds. Please wipe your feet before I get you out of here. Take a second, wipe your feet. This is one of my little image analyzing situations. Hey, y'all. Hersey Miller is 6'3". When I saw this clip, I was like, okay. Fob is legit 6'5". You could just see the length and the posture. Hersey 6'3", y'all. Fob ended up blocking his shot too, by the way. You see how his left hand is keeping his body from getting into Fob? And he keeps it nice and low. He does that little low push with the left hand and blocks with the right. Caught it off the backboard pretty good. Good work. I listen, I was wondering, y'all, if he was really that big. But now it just makes me see that's the big team he had down at Oak Ridge. Yeah, Hersey is 6'3", y'all. That's Fob Gardner. Yeah, just joke around about all your point guards if you want. Listen, I understand now. Y'all stayed and hung around with me as long as humanly possible. I barked at everybody. Y'all enjoy your night. Get some sleep. I'll see y'all bright and early. We have a fun day, fun week, all that good stuff. Get ready for Friday, y'all. Get ready, get ready, get ready. I'm pumped about that.